لله وحده لا شريك له إلها واحدا نحن له مخلصون لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له إلها واحدا نحن له عابدون قال الله تعالى في مقام كتاب عزيز بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وآمنوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر صلوات الله. I understand that this is a sad occasion, but please let's have a loud salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. When we look at the human being, we see that there are different types of relationships in which we have as we go on through this life. Some of these relationships that we have, there are different feelings that we have towards that person. In other words, we have a different type of love and affection for each person. Some of this love and affection can be explained, whereas others might not be explained at that moment. It may take time for that affection or love to be explained, or for us to be able to understand. One of the loves in which we may have is a love that we may have towards someone we consider to be our friend. This friend, we find love amongst him or her, so much so that they consider them at times to be like our brother or our sister. We find ourselves loving this person more so than those who share the same mother and father than we have. This love that we have for this person is somewhat explainable because we choose to love this person because we see something in this person that we can relate to. Whereas we have a brother or a sister that shares the same mother or father, only thing in which we said that we can relate to them is that they have the same mother or father. When you hear a saying from a person, this is my brother or my sister from another mother, we see that this love is so great, it's so intense that this person may want to do so much to make sure that this person that is considered their brother or sister is happy. We see this all the time, right? We see the love. We say, man, I love you. Man, give me a hug. Right? You say, oh, give me a hug and love. This is an explainable love. This is the love in which you choose to have with this person. So much so, like when you give this person or do certain things for this person, it is out of the kindness and the love of your heart that you do this for this person. It's not because, oh, this is my sibling, I have to do it. I have to do it because we have, this is my brother. But that brother in which you adopted is different. We see an example of this. They said one time there was 3 brothers. Each of these brothers, of course, they wasn't brothers by blood, they was friends. And each of them lived in different places. So one time, it was during an Eid or one of the festivals, and one of the friends' wife came towards him and said, you know, it's the festival, and our son, he would like to have a nice dress, a nice dasha or thobe or whatever. But we don't have the money for him to look nice. We know when we have a festival, we want to look nice. And we have children, we want them to feel nice. We want to show them that this is an important day. By showing them that this is an important day, it is installed in their heart that this is a very good holiday. So what he did was he sent to his friend, he said, I need help. Can you please send me some money? So like any friend, he said, well, okay, you need help? I'm going to send him something because that's what friends do. When you are in need, they help you. So he sent him, they said, like a bag of money. So as he received the money, another friend sent something to him and said that he needs help. So instead of buying that dress or that gown for that his son, what he did, he sent the money towards his friend. Because when you have love for somebody, you think more of them than yourself, right? This is what happens. So when he sent the money towards his friend, somehow the first friend had came and seen him, right? So he came, he said, how's everything? You know, he's like, okay, everything is fine. He said, you sure? said, yeah. He said, it's weird because you asked me for some money, and then that same bag in which you asked me for, I end up getting back. What happened was, out of the three brothers, the one that asked him, he gave to this one. Then that one asked him, he gave to that one. Because he gave to the first one, the last one gave to the first one, the last one gave to him. So the money went in a circle. Because they was thinking more about each other than their own selves. This is the love in which brothers have. This is the love in which we should have. Because when we look at that brother, we see ourselves in them. It is a reflection of us. So that means that person should be also a good person as well. Just think now, if you're not a good person, then would you want to be with a person that's good? Sinners only want to be around those who sin, right? Because if you're not a sinner and you're around sinners, say, oh man, you're blowing this good thing we're doing that's called sinning. So in other words, you have to make sure that person which you consider to be your brother, the one you fell in love with, you consider this person to be pious. Because the Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Please let me know if I'm speaking too fast for you. The Rasulullah, he said that you are the religion of your friends. So you must look at your friends. What does this mean? That if your friends are bad, most likely you will try or want to follow the same route in which this person is going. Right? What is it? Birds of a feather flock together. You heard that before? Very seldom you see a bunch of religious people dealing with sinners, or vice versa. So also you have to be careful with a person in which you love, or consider to be your brother or sister, or the person that you bring inside your intimacy. You have to be careful about that. Because he or she, they reflect upon you and you reflect upon them. We see this. Only seldomly that we see that someone that is righteous can influence those who are not. But not everybody have this type of ability. Only some. Then we have the other type of love that we may have. This love may not be so much could be explained. This love is something that's an intense love. This love is so intense. Only one other love is far greater than this love. You say, well, what is this love then? This is the love in which the mother has towards the child. We ever thought about this love? This is a love that only a mother can understand, whereas a child does not understand this love. We see that other love can be explained, the love in which you have towards your companion, your friend, or whatever you want to call this person. You can explain this love. But the love in which a mother had towards the child is something hard to explain unless you yourself are a mother. It's hard to explain. Just think. This love starts once the mother finds out that she has child in her stomach. Once she knows that there is a child inside of her stomach, then this love starts to grow. And as this child grows in her stomach, the love increases. So a lot of times when we see that our mother is hurt, it's because of that intense love and concern in which she has towards her child. The first thing we say is that, oh, Umi, you don't understand. Or is it that we do not understand? It's most likely that we don't understand because we are not mothers. This love is unexplainable for those who have not been through this. This is a love that only that person that has been through this can explain. It's hard to explain. When you see your mother will give you any and everything you ask. right? You see this, you never seen it. Your mother, she loves you. She takes out of her mouth to give for you. Even if you 1,000 years old, your mother will still treat you as a child. Example, I'll give something like of myself. I live in Florida, right? I'm 43 years old. 43 years old, right? Pretty young, alhamdulillah. My Umi called me when she here. She live in Philadelphia. She called me, she said, Saed, there's going to be a storm. You have to leave. I was like, no, it's okay, it's okay. No, you have to leave. 45 minutes later, she called me, Saed, it's going to be a storm. You have to leave. I said, okay, I'm going to leave. 45 minutes after this, you're trying to kill me. What are you doing? You have to leave. You're trying to give me a heart attack. Why are you still there? So what I had to do, I had to leave. Because if I would have stayed and got my mother's displeasure, then it would have been what upon me? A sin. It would have been a sin upon me. So regardless of how old you are or how old you may be, you have to always respect and love your mother, but also understand that that love in which she had for you is an intense love. You know, when we think about these love, and we think about how our parents love us, it's almost like, how can I say, we cannot explain to the fullest, or we don't understand this love. But let's just say you have something, and this something is so dear and near to you. Some people may say it's my sports car. You ain't see some people have a sports car. Some people may have a nice video game that they might have saved all the time, maybe from their birthday all the way till now to get. When they finally get this thing, they say, yes, I'm going to love and possess this. I'm going to make sure nothing happened to this. My friends come, I'm going to put it aside, and I'm going to hold it, and I'm going to only let them see it once in a while. This is something precious to me. I will not let anything happen to it. Think about it. This is how your mother feels towards her child. That this child in which she have is precious. She's going to safeguard this. She's going to make sure nothing happened to this. She's going to make sure that this child of hers is going to grow healthy and strong. She's going to take everything in which she have, whether it is her money, whether it is her might, or whatever it may be, to make sure that you are good. But yet, since we don't understand this love, what do? Umi, you don't know what you're talking about. We show her, in other words, our backs. You know what they mean by when they say somebody show their back, right? It means that you turn away from her. You turn away from her. And you don't allow her to love you. You feel that what she's doing is cramping your style. You hear that before? They cramping me. You won't give me no space, right? You're not giving me any space, please. I'm a teenager now. Please stop. I don't want you to kiss on me. No, stop, please. No. They see me. My friends, they see me. They see what you're doing. Stop. Right? That's how we do, right? You know, the reason why I said it is because my Umi, she still does this to me, right? So I know what you're going through. But let me explain to you. What if I tell you that if you deny that love from your mother and she becomes displeased with you, that she can stop you from going to paradise? You ever heard that before? You never thought about that? The displeasure of your mother may stop you from going to paradise. We all know what paradise is, right? It's not a roller skating ring, right? No, it's not a roller skating ring, right? It's a place in which that you're going to live forever. They said this place is wonderful. You can have mansions and all types of good fruit, and it's just like a beautiful place. It's better than Disney World from what I hear, right? We all know how we like this place, right? So just imagine that if you knew by being kind or being disrespectful to your mother that will stop you from going to this place, being disrespectful to your mother will stop you from this place, would you be disrespectful? Of course not. They said one time the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam we have to work on these salawats. There's too many people in here that have such low salawats. Please, can I have a loud salawat? wa ali Muhammad. Inshallah, we need work. Anyway, so one time the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he went to see a youth that was on his deathbed. So, of course, like all times when he see these youths on a deathbed, he tried to get him to recite the kalima shahada, to say la ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. So as he was trying to have him say it, it was though he could not say it. They said that it was almost like somebody was holding his throat. You know, if somebody choke you, you can't say nothing, right? Salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. It's almost that it was somebody was holding his throat and he was not able to say anything. So the Rasulullah, he saw a lady sitting by this person. So he asked this lady, said, well, are you his mother? She said, yes. Are you upset with him or mad at him or whatever it may be? She said, yes. He said, will you forgive her? She said, only because of you, Rasulullah. They said once the mother forgave this person, that was almost though that grab or the hold upon his neck has been loosened. And he was able to speak. Now when I ask you, do you want something like that to happen to you? So this intense love in which your mother have, you have to allow her to give you this love. You have to respect this love. Even though you may not understand this love, this is something in which we have to embrace. This is another type of love. Another love in which, especially as men, we might not understand is the love in which our Father had for us. Yeah, our Father. The one that we think that don't love us, that's so hard on us. Right? Like, why you so hard, Baba? Why you so hard on me? Man, leave me alone. Gosh. Right? This is what we say. You always hounding me. We have to understand that as our fathers, what they're doing is making sure that you become strong men. They're not doing this just to harass you. This is not a harassment in which they do towards you. This is something to mold you to become better human beings. One time a man asked Imam Jafar Sadiq alayhi salam that he said, I'm sorry, I'm used to my community. Every time I say certain things, because there's a lot of Pakistani, every time I hear Imams, they celebrate all the time. They're like, Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. So when he do that, that's why I pause for a moment out of being used to that. So one time he asked, he said, how come my son do not love me the way I love him? He said, because he is from you, but you're not from him. What does this mean? Think about it. When something is from you, you have an emotional attachment to that thing. Your attachment is closer than if not from you. So in other words, your father has more of an emotional attachment to you than you have towards him. Because he invested so much time and effort in you. But whereas you have not invested any time and effort towards him. And only when you will be able to understand this is when you yourself become what? A father. This is the only time in which you will be able to understand this. This is one of the loves in which will come later on in life. You may not understand this now, but the lessons in which he is teaching you now are stuff that's going to help you later in your life. But to now, right now, it's considered to be him nagging me. Why is he nagging me all the time? Why is he bothering? Why is he picking on me all the time? Why? But then when you yourself become a father and you shake your head, you say, my father was right. He was correct. What would you say? how would you feel? You would then understand those life lessons he was trying to teach you for all these years. And realize now that son in which is from you do not treat you the same way how you treated your father. You understand? That's what happens, right? Until then, you're like, oh, wow, what's wrong? You know, I like doing that to the kids because they get nervous. So until then, you will not be able to understand. We only understand stuff through experience. If we do not have experience, then we will not be able to understand why our parents love us the way they do, or why we have this type of love for others the way we have. Love is something, like I said before, that can sometimes be explained, but sometimes it has to take time to be able to explain or be explained to you. But whatever it is, we have to allow these people whether to love us or for us to love them. We have to do it. See, this is one of the great times in which we can find out what love truly is. When we see that of Imam Hussain alayhi salam, our love changes, right? We become intensely in love with the Imam. But what if I tell you that there is another type of love? We talk about the love of the father and the son. But what about that love towards the father and the daughter? Can't forget the girls, right? You say, oh, Shaykh, now you forgot the girls. You talk about the boys, you forgot the girls. But no. That love in which the father has towards the daughter is also an intense love. And that love in which the daughter has towards the father is also a intense love. Because they said that the daughter always married her father. The person in which she looked for as a husband is someone in which she see her father in. This is normally what happens, right? Not only that, we see that the daughter loves her father so much so that if the father was to go, she will constantly mourn his death. Over and over. As we see our sons, we say, oh, I am the now Khalifa of this household. Now everything I said goes. Yes, Baba was here, but he is no longer here. This is my throne right here. I run these things. But with the daughter, she will always love and miss the father. And always say, I miss my father. Because he is the first love in which she has. The father. The first love. So as a father, he always tried to protect and make sure this daughter is safe and sound. That nothing hurts this daughter. That even if he know of one thing that will hurt this daughter, he will keep it away from her to make sure that she is safe and sound. Because he treats her like the gem in which she is. When we look at someone who tried or was trying to hide something from his daughter and tried to protect his daughter to make sure that she is not hurt for something that's going to happen in the future, it was that of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We see that when he heard word about the birth of Imam Hussain alayhi salam, they said that he was walking towards the house, or walking towards her in such steps that was hard steps. And all he was doing was yelling out, oh, Asma, go and retrieve or give me my son. Who is the son in which he's talking about? He's talking about Imam Hussain. So Asma, she did not know why he was acting this way or why he was such sad. And then he explained to her what would happen to this son of his. How the people will turn upon this son of his. And Asma, she did not understand this. But one of the things in which the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said that please do not let Fatima know that he was trying to protect Fatima while she had just came out of labor with Imam Hussain alayhi salam about what will happen in the future to her child. So just imagine now that intense love that a mother has for her child. That once this child is born, she hears that someone is going to sacrifice and take the life of this child. Can you imagine the type of remorse that this person will have? Only then you can understand the love in which a mother has towards or for their child. And then we can see the love in which a father has toward his child. That he's going to make sure that this child will not be hurt by any means. We see this example in this. This is the type of love in which, until we go through it, we can explain it or really understand this love. This is the love of our parents that is intense love. That unexplainable love that they have towards their children. That love that we must embrace and respect that they have towards us. This is that love in which the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam had towards Fatima sallallahu alayha. When it came down to try to save her from knowing about what will become of Imam Hussain during this time, but in the future. This is the love. When we look at this, we may not understand this now as youth about this love. But as time go on, this love will be understood by us. Because like anything, things through time become understandable to us. We understand things as we grow. As we become older and learn more and more, we become to understand more and more. Then we understand why he did this. Because the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he understood that there'd be one day that there'd be someone that was going to stand over the Imam Hussain alayhi salam. He knew that this person would grab him by the beard one day. He knew that this person, Imam, going to look at him and say, "Do you know who I am?" And he going to say, "Yes, I know who you are. You are the son of Ali, the son of Fatima, the son of Rasulullah, but I don't care who you are." And he knows that this person is going to take a dull knife and he's going to go towards the throat of the Imam in such a harsh way, where we know that when you slaughter an animal, that this knife has to be so sharp that the animal cannot feel the pain of this knife. But yet, the son, the grandson of the Rasulullah, went through this intense pain of being cut with a dull knife. The Rasulullah knew that he would be left on the plains of Karbala. There'd be no one there to be able to what? Bury him till some time later. He knew that later on the family, the women would be stripped of their hijabs. He knew that they would be taken to a jail. He knew that the person in which would be upon that minbar talking to them have not the right to be there to talk to them. This is why he saved her from knowing what would happen at that moment. This is why our parents try to save us for what's going to happen to us in the future. This comes from that love in which they have in their heart. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. وَلَعَصِنَ الْإِنسَانَ لَفِي خُسْرٍ إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالْحَقِّ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ وَآخِرُ دَعْوَانَا وَالْحَمْدُ لِلَّهِ رَبِّ الْعَالَمِينَ وَصَلَّى عَلَى مُحَمَّدٍ وَآلِهِ الطَّاهِرِينَ.